morning.
How are you all?
Fine.
Fine.
And how's Dubai?
Oh, excellent.
Excellent.
Good.
Excellent.
Enjoying. Yeah.
Since how many days you guys are here?
2 more.
2 more days.
2 more days you're staying? And since how, like, what day you came?
We
A week
came.
ago?
Yes.
Ah, Friday.
Yeah.
And what places you have visited so far? Maybe
Jumeirah Beach.
Dubai Frame. Have you guys been to Safari? How was it?
Good.
That's the best part I like about Dubai.
Dune.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, still from my side, I welcome you all in Dubai. I hope you guys are enjoying your time here.
Yes.
My name is Mohsen. Mohsen.
Mohsen.
I hope it's not hard to pronounce.
Mohsen.
Is it easy?
Mohsen.
I'm born and raised here in Dubai. I'm from Pakistan, and I'm working since 7 years as a tour guide.
Yeah.
So today I'll be staying with you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it too. So in the meantime, any questions regarding anything, just feel free to ask, okay?
Can we meet the
Okay.
prince?
I wish to.
He's also wishing.
That's my wish as well. We just see them like passing by from somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So, a short overview about the trip today. We are heading to Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi, like from Dubai city to Abu Dhabi city, it is around 150 kilometers. So it's going to take a while for us to reach. So when we reach Abu Dhabi, we'll be going to Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque. Okay. So it's going to take around 1 hour to 1.5 hours to visit the Grand Mosque. After that, we'll be doing the city tour. So in the city tour, we'll take a complete round of the Abu Dhabi city, and we'll go to Ferrari World. Where you have guys tickets, so you guys will go inside the theme park, enjoy that, and after that we'll head back to Dubai. Okay.
Okay.
So any questions, anything, feel free. Okay.
Yeah.
All of you first time in Dubai?
No.
Most of us you came
Majority.
before as well.
Yeah.
Anybody who came during the summers?
Yes.
How was it?
It was hot. Very hot. Heat.
This is the best time like to come to Dubai.
Yeah.
Like this is the peak winters you can say. You all are from Kenya, right?
Yes.
And how's the weather there? Same like here?
Only saying like this.
Yeah.
Kenya is also like beside the sea, right?
Not all parts, just a small part of it.
Just small part.
Yeah.
And you guys are from which city?
Nairobi.
Nairobi.
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends from Nairobi.
Okay.
They teach me some words
Yeah.
in Swahili, but not good words. so I cannot speak, okay? Her name is Julie, like she's a very good friend of mine. We have been working together. But now she has gone back to Kenya. So now where you guys are staying, this part of the city, this is called Dera.
Okay.
You must have seen, you will see one canal ahead. So there is a canal, and the other side of the canal, that's called Bardubai. Okay. Dera and Bardubai is also kind of, you can say, old Dubai as well. And you have been to Dubai Frame, right?
Yes.
So Dubai Frame is the center and heart point of Dubai, and the main part of Dubai Frame was when you go at the top, you see one side, you see the old Dubai, that is Dera and Bardubai. And when you look the other side, you see all new part of the Dubai. That's where you see Burj Khalifa, downtown, and everything. So, if I say anyone was here before year 2000, so at that time, Dera and Bardubai used to be complete Dubai.
Yeah.
So everything ahead of Dubai Frame, that was just desert, nothing else. Okay. So that is all built, you can say, mainly between year 2000 and year 2010. You can see the canal now.
Yeah.
So this side of the canal, that's Dera, Yeah, that side of the canal, that's Bar Dubai.
Oh, okay.
Which canal is this?
We are driving towards that side, so sun is right correct. Do you guys know how many Emirates we have in UAE? How many?
7.
Can anyone name them?
Sharjah.
Sharjah,
Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi, you are going.
Dubai.
Dubai.
Tell me anyone beside three.
Those the names are hard.
Okay, I'll tell you. It's Abu Dhabi, Dubai,
Yes.
Sharjah,
Sharjah.
Ajman,
Ajman.
Al Quwain,
Al Quwain.
Ras Al Khaimah,
Ras Al Khaimah.
and Fujairah.
Yeah.
I'll ask again after 1 hour if
No,
you tell
repeat.
all 7 names that you are
Even now. Even now. We will not remember.
but nobody Googles it, okay? No, Oman is a different country. I'll say again.
Yes.
It's Abu Dhabi, Dubai,
Dubai.
Sharjah. You guys are very smart. You know all three. Yeah, now you know Fujairah as well. So it's Ajman,
Ajman.
Al Quwain,
Al Quwain.
Ras Al Khaimah,
Ras Al Khaimah.
and Fujairah.
Fujairah.
I see some people they're writing this on the cell phone. You know, like when you're coming to UAE, this is the hardest part to remember all names.
Yeah.
You need to have them there. Now we know Dubai. What are the other Emirates known for? Because only Dubai
Basically,
and Abu Dhabi.
yeah, Abu Dhabi and Dubai, they are like well-developed cities.
Yeah.
Sharjah is kind of okay. Sharjah is like same like you can say Bar Dubai in there.
Yeah.
You don't see that much high-rise or anything. But rest of the states, they are kind of, you can say, like normal or like old states comparing to Dubai. Abu Dhabi. They're still like Ras Al Khaimah, Ajman, they're doing the development, but they are not as much into tourism or anything. So that's why people, they don't know about those states.
Oh.
They only know Dubai or Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
So the best part is the total area of UAE, it is 83,600 square kilometers. But out of all the land, 87% is just Abu Dhabi.
Oh, 87% is
87% is just Abu Dhabi. The rest 6 Emirates, they're on 13% of the land.
Okay.
So if we talk about the cities, for example, Abu Dhabi city, Dubai, they're all like next to the sea.
Yeah.
But Abu Dhabi, like city is very small, just next to the sea. The rest everything is desert.
Where's the oil?
Oil, it's in the desert and the sea as well.
Okay.
As I said, Abu Dhabi, they hold 87% of the land, so all the oil goes to Abu Dhabi only. Sharjah, Ajman, Ras Al Khaimah, they did not find oil or anything, so obviously that's why they're not so much developed. Yeah, they're just like normal states, you can say. Okay.
Yeah.
So all the, if I say like all the 7 Emirates, the people living here, they were all from the same tribe called Baniyas, and they used to live deep inside the desert in the oasis. So what happened that in 1833, like almost 200 years back, there was one person in the tribe called Sheikh Makhtoum bin Kutti. What he does is he took 800 people from the tribe. He comes to you saw the canal, right?
Yes.
Like the Bar Dubai side, the Greek area, like the Port Dubai. He comes and settles it. Have you guys been to Al Sea for Fahidi or Shinaga now? If you go that side, you see all the old houses where the local Emiratis used to live. So he comes to Al Sindaga area and started ruling this place. So since 1833 until today, same family, Makhtoum family, is ruling Dubai. So all 7 Emirates, they are ruled by all 7 different families. Like Dubai is ruled by Makhtoum family, Abu Dhabi it's ruled by Nayan family, Sharjah, Ajman, they are ruled by Qasmis, Noamis. If you look them independently, they are cities, but they act as countries as well. Because all 7 cities, as I said, ruled by different families.
Yeah.
All 7 they have different rules and regulations, different sources of incomes. You know, each and everything is different. The common thing about UAE is that if I say like before 1969, these were all crucial states of the Britishers. So they had an agreement, and the agreement ended in 1969. So what happened at that time? The king of Abu Dhabi, Sheikh Zayed, plus the king of Dubai, Sheikh Rashid, they both sat together and said, instead of staying independent, like they're very small states, you know, as I said, why not we merge together, like request all the other Emirates, surrounded Emirates. Have you guys heard about Qatar?
Yes.
Before World Cup happened there, so they asked Qatar as well, they asked Bahrain as well, like all the 7, like the small ones, and like, you know, they had an idea that we should merge together and become as one country. So the negotiations started to happen between the 9, but in the mid of 1971, Qatar and Bahrain, they said, no, we don't want to be part of UAE, we'll stay independent. So today they're all like, both are independent countries, but rest of the 7, on 2nd December 1971, they had an agreement, and that's the day when UAE is born. So since 1971 until today, we have 7 Emirates, and they all are like United Arab Emirates. So UAE as a whole, if you look them, they only look into their foreign policy. The army is one. There is no border in between, so you can move freely. Okay. The telecommunication is one, and currency is one as well.
Yeah.
But as I said, if you look them independently, all 7 different cities, they're both worlds, different laws, different sources of income, different economies, everything is different. Okay? So this is how the UAE formation was happening. But for Abu Dhabi, they found oil in 1958. Dubai was very lucky as well. They found oil in 1966. Dubai is the second largest. Out of 83,000, Dubai is just like 3,800 square kilometers. Okay. But very luckily, Dubai they found oil. But at that time, the king of Dubai, he was very smart. He knew that the oil will not last long. It will only last 20-30 years. If I talk about Abu Dhabi, when they found oil, they knew that they had a lot of oil. It was like 1/10 of oil, like 1/10 oil of the world, you know, at that time. So even today, the total economy is dependent on oil only. Okay. But Dubai, they transformed themselves. Right? If I talk about, if I say like before 1940s, any idea what could be the main source of income for people living in Dubai or like in this region?
Tourism.
No, at that time, no tourism. Spice, there was no agriculture there.
No, trading.
Trading,
You are not trading?
they were trading but not spices like. What do we have naturally here? In the desert, what do we have? Palm trees.
Yeah.
So it was dates.
Oh, dates.
Yes. And what do we have in beside desert? We have sea. So what do we have in the sea? Fishing.
Fish.
So dates and fishing was the source of income, but still the main source of income, it was pearl diving. They used to pearls.
Pearls. Oh.
They used to find pearls in the sea and they used to trade that. So that was their main source of income. Like all the people living in this region, like people of Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Sharjah, Ajman, all states. So if I talk today, like the diving is very easy, you guys know. You have gadgets, oxygen tank, etc.
Yeah.
But back then, they used to hold their breath for like more than 10 minutes because they need to go like deep in the sea, on the seabed to find the oysters. So if you guys know swimming, you know like it's very hard to go deep down in the water. So what they used to do, like they used to put a very heavy stone in their feet so that can drag them down to the seabed, then they'll find the oysters and then they'll open them for pearls. So then they'll trade the pearls with the opposite countries and within the Gulf as well. So this was their main source of income until they found oil. But in 1940s, what happened is, you know, like the Japanese, they started the cultivation of artificial pearls. So when artificial pearls came into the market, they had a setback. Obviously, the worth of natural pearl, it went down. But very luckily for Dubai and Abu Dhabi both, they found oil. Abu Dhabi 1958, Dubai 1966. But as I said, for Dubai, the king was very smart. He knew the oil will not last that much. Only 20-30 years. So with all the income that came from oil at that time, so what he does is like he started developing Dubai, like making the airport like bigger in size, constructing the bridges to cross through Dubai and Dera, making roads, building roads just to connect like Dubai with all the rest of the Emirates. But this much development, you see that that was not possible with that much money, you know? But what happened that Dera and Dubai was starting to develop at that time. So in 1990s, Dubai name started to evolve as a tourism destination. But as I said, the game changed after year 2000. You saw Burj Khalifa, downtown, a lot of skyscrapers. Have you guys seen Marina Julia?
Yes.
You must have seen a giant ferry wheel there as well. JLT. Have you guys seen Palm Jumeirah? World
Yes.
biggest man-made island. Palm Jebel Ali, Palm World. Everything I name, they were building this like during those 10 years. Even Dubai Metro was built during that time. So there was so much construction going on, but obviously that much money they did not have. So there were people all around the world who were investing. Dubai government, they were taking loans from banks and rest of the countries. So at that time it said that almost world 70% construction machinery, it was operational. Like if you talk about Marina, JBR, JLT, in 2003 there was no place called Marina in Dubai. In 2008 there were like 211 skyscrapers there. Palm Jumeirah, nothing there in 2000. Construction started in 2001 and it was completed in 2006. And even the first building was about it. So there was so much money involved, right? So what happened that, if you guys remember, during 2008, there was a financial recession all around the globe. So again, they had a setback because the projects were not complete at that time, right? So if the projects are not complete, obviously that means no revenue. So if I talk about Burj Khalifa, Burj Khalifa was not supposed to be called Burj Khalifa. The initial name of the building, it was Burj Dubai. Okay? So when the recession came, Dubai government, they did not have enough money to complete Burj Khalifa. So at that time, they took the help from Abu Dhabi. At that time, the ruler of Abu Dhabi, his name was Sheikh Khalifa. So if somebody gives you money, it's not for free. They gave the money, but they took the name of the building. So Burj Dubai became Burj Khalifa.
Khalifa.
Okay? So, but like in next 2-3 years, when things got normal, but when recession came, you guys know, like 32,000 people, they left their vehicles at Dubai airport and they ran away to their home countries.
Yeah.
Because even if I talk about the population today, even today it's around 11 million. But in all 7 Emirates, it's around 11 million. But out of 11 million, the local Emiratis or the local Arabic people or the UAE citizen, they're just 1.6 million. So that's 9.4 million, they come from all around the world. So in Dubai, like every nationality lives. But majority of the population, it comes through India, Pakistan, Bangladesh and Philippines. Okay. So when things got normal, projects were complete, Dubai started to get the revenue. After that, Dubai never looked back. And until today, like from there until today, Dubai economy is totally dependent on tourism. And there was one more thing that helped Dubai in achieving this transformation. That was their business model since 1905. That is like making Dubai tax free. So there are no taxes here, like no income tax, no sales tax, no property tax, nothing at all. If you are earning 1 dirham, it's yours. If you are earning 1 million dirham, 1 billion dirham, it's totally yours. You don't need to pay anything to government. Later they just added. Later they added one tax that's called VAT, 5%. It's only when you spend your money here, you buy something, you only pay 5% tax VAT. Okay, so there's only one tax here in Dubai, VAT 5%. That's it. So because of no taxes, it attracted all the multinational companies from around the globe to come and run their operations from here. Yeah. So that's why you see the cars are cheaper here, and all the electronics and everything. Because the reason behind is there are no taxes. So that's the thing. So all the multinational companies, they came here, they started the operations here, like Ford Expo, the airports, so trade was more frequent. So that helped Dubai as well, like in achieving their target as well. Yeah. But if I talk about Abu Dhabi since 1958 and today, total money is coming from oil. Abu Dhabi is also like well developed like Dubai. You guys will see that. But the income is only coming from oil only. Yes.
Banks are still there.
Sorry?
Banks.
Pearls, like even today, it's their tradition, it's their culture, like it's part of their culture. So the local people, they even do pearl diving today as well, but they don't use it like for trading or like for a source of income. Because obviously right now, if we talk about like the people living in Dubai or Abu Dhabi, they're very rich. They don't need to do pearl diving, but it's part of their culture. So just to keep their heritage with them. So even today, like young boys, they do pearl diving just for keeping their culture.
Are they also like gold? People get them in gold. They've got gold and also.
Gold, yes. The thing is,
Are they there? Are they readily available?
about gold is like Dubai, we don't have any raw gold here. So Dubai, what they do is like they import raw gold mainly from Africa. So we have 3 refineries here. So they refine that gold, manufacture it here, like they make products, they sell it here, and then they export as well. So that's why it's called like city of. Guys have been to Gold Souk, right?
Yes.
Did you guys saw the world largest gold ring?
Yeah.
Did anybody thought about stealing it? It's very hard to carry that. It's 64 kg.
That one Kenyans
But
can
he imported the
carry.
trees also. Those are imported from Africa. The trees.
The trees, they are imported from like almost all around the globe.
Oh.
The land here, it's all desert, so it's not that fertile, to grow the trees or do the plantation. So what they do is like they bring the mud and soil, just like the tree, they need the ingredients, so they just do that. And rest you see, black pipes all over where you have trees and flowers.
Yes.
So this is the drip irrigation system they use. So if I talk about water, that is used in like all over Dubai. The only source is the sea water. So what they do is even for drinking or like that the one we use like inside the homes, they filter it. They do the desalination process. So all the water that is used, that is recycled and supplied all over the trees and flowers all around the roads.
Okay. How is electricity treated?
Electricity, the main part is the majority of it is generated from oil.
Oil.
Oh yeah, but we have solar